Coming to you live from the historic Gillioz Theatre in downtown Springfield, it's time for the Mystery Hour. And now, here's your host, Mystery Jeff Houghton!
Look at that. Look at that. How you guys doing? In television, you have a mark that you're supposed to go to that's marked in tape, but you're not supposed to look down because it gives it away. I don't know where I am. There we go. Hey, welcome everybody. It's the Mystery Hour featuring our new set. Yes, there it is. That one. We have a great show for you guys tonight. The head writer from Drop the Mic on TBS is here, Eliza Skinner. She's also a stand-up. She's great. We also have the music of Me Like Bees. Me Like Bees. Like bees. And of course we have OTC, our title sponsor. Check out this video.
Is this on? Hello? How's it going? Should I interview myself?
OTC, you have a dream, we have a plan. To be clear, they all had to sign waivers, not waivers, they had to sign a release saying they'd use it, so we weren't too mean to them, okay? Okay? Mom. Things I've noticed, let's do it.
These things I've noticed, these things I've noticed, yeah.
Yeah.
These things I've noticed, these things I've noticed, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. It's the guy smoking a pipe with a wobbly stack of books who brought me my Things I've Noticed cards. That was fine. It would have been better if I had remembered to introduce it beforehand. Good job, Chad. Okay, here we go. Things I've noticed. I've noticed if they made a World of Warcraft Wonders of Wildlife edition, it would be called Wow Wow. I've noticed that Bit-O-Honey is the beef jerky of the candy aisle. I've noticed that I'm pretty sure I'm right that 26.2 and 13.1 stickers on cars represents how many clowns are inside of them. Right? Clown cars. 2/10 of a clown. I've noticed that we believe in giving back so much that for each person that watches the Mystery Hour, we will give a late-night talk show to a child in Argentina. I've noticed that every time I see ginger ale, I think, oh yeah, ginger ale. Ginger ale, be pleasantly surprised over and over again, because you'll forget about us. And finally, I've noticed that being militantly anti-gun doesn't sound right. That's things I've noticed.
These things I've noticed, these things I've noticed, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, how many of you guys out there are dads? Yeah. I have found myself to be a father on purpose. I have 2 sons, and so we decided to make a video that specifically I think dads can relate to. Check it out.
Another kiss to bed followed up by my spouse. I should close my eyes, but I'm tiptoeing out. 10 p.m. now, about to hit my prime, cause the next 2 hours is dad time. She said, don't forget the dishes. Said, honey, I'll remember. Planning on tonight, but it'll probably be November. One screen's not enough, gonna add one more. Might as well add another, make it 4.
It's dad time. I do what I want, no one has to know. Dad time. I'm the tiptoeing, noise low and CEO.
Shoes on, walking soft, straight, creeping. Working hard while the family sleeping. I'm a modern day Ross Betsy. Got my side hustle on, yo, Etsy.
PG all day, now it's PG me. Netflix is all mine, I can watch my own TV. Getting kinda sleepy, one more episode I wager. Don't blame me, y'all, it's my dad
It's
behavior.
dad time. I do what I want, no one has to know. Dad time. I'm the spoonful of cookie dough CEO.
I'm so glad you got your dad time, good for you. Mom time's 4 minutes while I'm going poo. You'll be groggy in the morning, no sympathy. I'll be up with the kids at 6:03.
Oh. Okay, yeah, fair enough. You have a point. Right. Yes. Okay. Ouch, girl. I'll keep it down. Knocking back the go-gurts like I'm on the go. Yet I'm sitting quite still, no one has to know. It's off to the store, gonna drop a dime. Hide all the evidence. Dad time.
Dad time. I do what I want, no one has to know. Dad time. I'm the tiptoe across the floor CEO. Shh.
What have you been doing?
Dad time. Dad time. It's dad time. We'll be right back with Eliza Skinner. That comedy bit brought to you by Bush, Ramlow and Shores, CPAs. Set design and construction brought to you by Elamoose, Digital Quill Studio, and Skinny Theatrical Design and Fabrication. So, Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
I feel like it was just so beloved.
Yeah.
And did it, we've talked about this, did it in kind of a different way in the sense that like you guys, how you felt about each other came through.
Yeah, the thing for me for Parks as a show, and I take no credit for any of the writing, every once in a while we'd get an improv bit that would stay in it, but
yeah.
There's so much love in that show. Even like we talked about this earlier, he made me go to lunch with him today. Oy. Oy. We'll talk, but anyway, no, but we were talking earlier, and I think what I love about Parks is it wasn't all laughs. There was, you could go to a commercial break without a big laugh. It was okay. You could have emotions. You could have people crying. And you don't get that a lot in the sitcom. So I happen to love that. And people always love to hear, so I'll tell you, we still, the core 8 of us, are still on a text link together, and we text every day. So, like when something good happens to one of us, I won an Emmy a couple months ago. Anyway, but yeah. No, but, you know, so right away, oh my God, you know, and so we do that for each other, and Adam Scott had a big article in the New York Times the other day, and so we're still, it's been 2 years since we've been on the air. I mean, we're on the air every day during syndication stuff, but 2 years since we're working together every day, and we can't break apart yet.
That's wonderful.
And the only one we're worried about, but I think things will go better for him, is Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
I will tell you, and I hope this doesn't go further, I throw him $20 a week to cut my lawn.
That's nice.
Because
That's nice.
he's got a kid, he's got little Jack, and it gets my heart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this. In this text thread, has anyone congratulated you yet for this show, The Mystery Hour?
As a host, you should be aware that never ask a question you don't want the answer to.
Guest booking provided by Gig Salad.
Additional sponsorship provided by Big Whiskey, official American restaurant and bar of the Mystery Hour.
Yeah, welcome back, everybody. Hey, we have an awesome guest. We also have an awesome guest sponsor. PPLA, the History Museum on the Square. It's on the square, but it's not square. I wasn't pleased with that one. They probably won't be either. Hey, our guest tonight is an incredible stand-up comedian. She also is the head writer for Drop the Mic on TBS, former writer for Late Late Show, among other things. Please put your hands together for Eliza Skinner. Eliza. It's a bouncy couch.
Very bouncy, yes.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Your hair is awesome.
Oh, thank you.
And I think you are as well.
Likewise.
Thanks for coming out here.
Thank you for having me.
Have you been to Missouri before?
No.
No?
Never.
What's your impression so far?
It's cold. But it's nice. Yeah, I wish it was like a little less cold right now so I could have done more exploring, but I was like, I'm gonna see the town, and then immediately was like, I'm gonna go back inside. I'm gonna go read, maybe have some tea.
But you do travel quite a bit doing stand-up. Do you have a favorite part of the country that you did not grow up in?
I like the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? That was a fun discovery. I didn't know that I was gonna like that.
Would you agree that I feel like everybody at some point in their 20s is like, I'm moving to Portland?
That is true. Yes. Yeah. The first time I went to Portland, I was walking around and I was like, so many used CD places. This is great. And was like looking through used CDs and then was like, I don't need any of these. There are witches here. I've been bewitched by the used CDs. But yeah, I just like any city that has T-shirts at the airport that say, keep the name of this city weird. I like that place.
Right. It's become a standard thing to do almost.
Yeah, yeah.
Very unweird. Mm-hmm. Now you're the head writer for Drop the Mic on TBS.
I
am. Could you, if anyone...
Thank you.
Yeah. It's really great and clever, and you have well, first explain, if someone hasn't seen it, explain the show.
It's a rap battle between celebrities. So every episode we have two different battles between two pairings of celebrities. Sometimes, obvious old beefs. Sometimes it's Hanson versus Sam Richardson. And it doesn't mean you're like, well, why are they mad at each other? But we'll tell you. And it's hosted by Method Man and Haley Baldwin.
And you, it's not mere coincidence that you write for such a show. You've hosted comedy rap battles for a while.
Yeah, I hosted a comedy rap battle for like 12 years. I started in New York, and then when I moved to LA, I brought it out to LA and started doing it there. So yeah, I kind of always have to know where a beatboxer is whenever I travel, in case I need to put on a show.
This might be an unanswerable question, but what if someone says to you, how do I write a clever rap battle line? Like, do you have like kind of go-to things, or like, how do you?
Well, you have to be funny.
Sure.
You have to know how to rhyme.
Yeah.
But you work backwards. So whatever you really want to say, the part that you think is the funniest or most cutting, you want that second, and then you put a setup line before that.
Oh yeah.
So you don't say
Are you going to insult me?
Yeah, well, I was going to, but then I was like, I feel like the audience wouldn't like me if I did that.
No, I think they'd like it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you would be like this. Yet another ginger and late night in front of me. Who's this guy, the jughead of Missouri? Like, it's a soft rhyme. And that was freestyle. Like, if I could, I want to go back. I want to rewrite it and be like, he's the jughead meets Archie, and that's more accurate. But you want to put that part second because it's got a reference, it's more fun.
Right.
I don't know.
Somehow I feel complimented by being kind of insulted.
Well, that's my
it,
goal.
right?
That's my goal. At the end of the stuff I write, I want the celebrities to be hugging each other and laughing at what they've said about each other and what they've said about themselves, but never actually be mad or insulted. Like, I don't want anybody going home being like, oh man, do I look like a fish? Like, don't want that. I just want them being like, that's true, that was a weird movie I did. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I already know it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really interested in kind of the, like what we do, we made this up, you know? And you work for a show that's like established and all this stuff. I'm curious, like, what are your takeaways from writing for a late night talk show, and what's the key to that, I guess is what I'm saying?
Well, I would say that it's, you know, having a real specific place in mind when they ask where are we going to order lunch. The whole day hangs around that.
Yeah. Yes, I was wanting to know just kind of office culture.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a job like any other job.
But you have, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I would say, you know, it's a party. It's
Yeah.
it's a party, and you want your guests to all feel welcome. I mean, of course, your guests on stage, but the audience, really.
Right.
So yeah, that's sort of the attitude I always have.
And you, along with, yeah. Along with rap, like you have experience, like kind of musical improv and that sort of thing.
Yes, yeah. I started out doing musical improv and came up through that. So.
And James Corden does all sorts, like he's very musically gifted, and I imagine you got to do a lot of some of the song stuff.
Yeah, I wrote a lot of parodies for him and original songs. Before I was doing that, I was writing parody songs for Funny or Die. Mm-hmm. So I did a video there called Mary Poppins Quits. Kristen Bell played Mary Poppins, and that was cool. But yeah, so people like parody songs. That's kind of disappointing to me. Like, I like original songs, but people love parody songs. They like it when it's a song they already know. So I'll be like, here's an original song that'll move your soul. And they're like, or can you make the Meow Mix song be about dogs? I'm like, yeah, I guess I can. They're like, if you do that, you get to pay your rent. And I'm like, all right, I'll do that, okay. Fine.
Now you do tour a lot doing stand-up, and that to me is a really interesting world that it's cool and kind of like difficult in a sense of like being on the road and you don't know what the room's going to be like and all that stuff. How do you handle that?
Yeah, I make a lot of videos for Instagram. As though my friends are there,
yeah.
Being like, look, we're all here. And then I stop it and I'm like, it's just me. Just me in this room. The first night at a hotel is great. You're like, I don't make these beds. This is luxury. The second and third nights, you're like, I have no home. I'm a soul of the wind. I'm rootless. No one knows if I live or die. I know, right? But that first night, you go for the first night. The first night is what makes it all worthwhile.
I'm a soul of the wind.
Yes, I'm just being blown from city to city. It really, like, and when you're off the road, you're like, man, I can't wait to get back. It's my favorite thing to do. And then when you're on the road, you're like, God, oh, I just want sandwiches from my own kitchen.
Well, we have flown you in, only kept you here 2 nights, so I hope you're still having a good time.
I'm loving it.
Good.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. We'll be right back with Me Like Bees.
Guest travel and accommodations provided by Hotel Vandervoort.
Systematic Savings Bank, official bank of the Mystery Hour. Tonight's musical guest brought to you by Bear Village.
All right, let's go, guys!
Welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody. We have a tremendous musical group here. Please put your hands together for Me Like Bees.
In the morning, when I with bitter breath see a death in my sky. In July, we ride through the city that the river divides. There is worse in the world than the wars in my head. Take it or leave it, you're already dead. Falls in the horse, woes in my head. Make it through winter, all frozen or dead. But there's no morning, there's no time. We feel no pity in our city that the river divides. There is worse in the world than the wars in my head. Take it or leave it, you're already dead. But in the morning, we ride, feeling no pity in our city that the river divides. In the morning, when I with bitter breath see a death in my sky. In July, we ride. There is worse in the world than the wars in my head. There is worse in the world than the wars in my head. Take it or leave it, you're already dead. But there's no morning, there's no time. We feel no pity in our city that the river divides. There is worse in the world than the wars in my head. There is worse in the world than the wars in my head. But in the morning, we will ride, we will ride. But in the morning, we will ride, 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 we will ride. We feel no pity in our city that the river divides. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks for having us, man.
Man, you guys are awesome. Me like bees. That's our show, everybody. That was fun. We'll see you guys next